Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG. CK here. We got some more Battle Spirits gameplay going for you. We are in the Set 5 meta, but we're taking a step back and playing some collaboration deck because I did not get to put any collaboration video, I don't think. So we're actually, I know it looks like we're running the Blue Angels, but we're actually playing the Model 06 build. I really like the Model 06 Spirit. I think it has some cool stuff, a lot of really good control removal, but it does take quite a bit of setup. And so you see we're doing a lot of setup here. We have the 12th Angel, 13th, we have the Lilith down. Our opponent has set up a Blessed Cathedral, so you know we're up against yellow. I believe it is actually yellow and white, set 5, and those of you that are familiar with yellow and white cards that came out, the Wendigloom is definitely a monster. Now we're playing a lot of setup. We can go ahead and go in with the 12th Angel. It's the only thing that can attack right now. We won't get a ramp. But we go ahead and go with that early chip. Now, in this matchup, I'm not sure if early chip was the way to go, but he gets the Hippocampo out. Classic yellow Blessed Hippocampo, very annoying. And we see a Nega Cerberus here, so it's actually going to be a pretty big problem because the chain yellow, essentially it's a very strong blocking spirit because it'll make it so that my 3K and lower cannot reduce his life, and then chain yellow means it'll put minus 2k to my board, which is very, very powerful, especially with a lot of these little spirits that I have, the little setup cards that the Blue Angel package comes with. So I have to be very cautious in how I treat this spirit. So I can go ahead and block the Hippo. That's a safe block there. But I'm probably going to have to let the other one go through. So we block the Hippo, but we're not level 2. No, we do have a Soul Core, so he should have milled. I think he milled. And then he has the choice. I realized he wasn't ending turn. But the Lilith effect was to, when something's destroyed, an angel's destroyed, and we double whiff on that. Looks like we saw 3 strong draws already because we had one in hand, so we play a strong draw, figure out what to toss. Looks like we have 2 Nexus, nice core, 3 Nexus in hand. I think at this point we're probably going to be setting up Nexus. Oh no, we got another Autonomous. Okay, that's a good setup so that we can recur our 12th Angel that got destroyed already. And looks like we're paying to get, yep, the Kawaru Nexus is out. Kawaru Nexus is very, very pivotal in the game plan for the Model 6. So we're going to have to play defensively here. You see him core up the Cathedral. And I'm assuming he plans to pass turn. Yep, he passes turn, so we're starting off here. Now it's tricky because it is a bit of a setup deck. We do have to set up our board and get our reductions, and we have to find that Model 06, and looks like we do have one in hand, but if we go for it, it's gonna kind of be an issue because of the effect of that Cerberus. So you see the Mark 06 come online. Now we only put 2 cores on it, but that's fine because the Kawaru the Kawaru Nexus should, I mean, we have the pilot, so it's going to treat it as max level. Now the max level effect, delete one of your opponent's lowest. Now here's the thing, it is a white spirit and that Cathedral should not trigger, so he shouldn't get the ramp and draw because that was a white spirit and Cathedral specifically says yellow spirits only. Now the other problem, because we destroyed that spirit, it's minus 2k to my board, so even though the Autonomous plays out the 12th Angel for free at this point, it just gets destroyed right away. And now that he lost a life, he also gets to pay the cores to bounce the Model 6 back to hand. So basically a board clear on both sides for that. So we go back to our opponent's turn. He has a steam-powered factory. And like I said, there was a few misplays in this. It shouldn't have played out the way it did, but we're going to show the gameplay anyway so we can point out some of these misplays because they're going to be pretty common things. And now he gets Michaela out, which is a very big issue with some of the cards that he is running in this And so he gets the search. He grabs the... Was it Dream Bomb? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Dream Bomb. And he's got a Michaela set up, and he's just waiting for me to do my thing. We know he has a Michaela and a Dream Bomb, so that could be a very sticky problem. So we get another Nexus. We get Kaworu back out because he did bounce it with a Dream Bomb last turn. We haven't taken any hit to life yet, so we can afford to take an extra turn to set up here, but it's not the best situation because we're basically resetting. We get the 7th Angel out, but we're 1 core short of level 2, and if he Dream Bombs it, the destruction's not going to matter much. We might as well trigger it, so we trip the Nexus there to go ahead and attack in. And we know he has it, so he just immediately Dream Bombs it, sends it back to hand, resets our board, and we just end our turn there. Essentially, we're just sacrificing so that we can kind of thin out his magic in hand. We see another Blessed Cathedral come down, so that's not good. That's going to be a little more ramp. And he swings in Michaela. He flashes in the whiteout, which will let him draw a card. Since it has the chain yellow will let him at least use that effect. So basically a free draw there. But since he doesn't have any luster spirits out, it's okay. So here we go with the Mark 6. We're going to try to just deal with this Michaela now. Just throwing all our cores in, putting on the Kaworu Nexus. Because we're already level 2, we only need to be level 2 to get our destruction effect. So we're going to choose Michaela for the destruction when attacking. He'll be able to draw 2 and ramp 1, I believe, because only one of those. And then here he flashes another Dream Bomb. So, yep, it is a fun fest there of just nothing but Dream Bombs. And now he has plenty of core. He got the ramp, and so we are seeing Wendigloom come down, and he's going to start going wide with the board. And here's the trick with Wendigloom. It can just get so out of hand once he has this setup on board. So we see the Great Bow Angel. He's going to try to basically search for more magic. And you can kind of get a luster loop going, and that's where it becomes an issue. Like, Wendigloom's going to bounce things to hand. It is a very, very strong spirit. But when we see the Peril Beast Tau, something like that. Another little search piece for him. And we're just going over effects because set 5 stuff we're both kind of unfamiliar with. Or at least I am at this point. So here we see he's going to go off, and I immediately Floodstream because I know what that Wendigloom is capable of. So he attacks, we Floodstream, but because of the Steam Factory, it comes right back to hand. So at least it's not on board, so he can't completely combo off this turn, but it is going to be a problem. So now he's swinging in. We're trying to decide if we can do anything about it. And here, the Snow Melting Light. Now, that is the card that is the issue. Snow Melting Light mixed, and we have another Floodstream to play on board, and we just deal with that spirit as well. So, he's got his hand down to 1 card, which is looking really good for us. We have him down to 1 card in hand. So, we should have the resources here to kind of close this out. We have the advantage of hand size and life at this point. He does have good setup though. As you see, he's got the double Nexus there to get his draw. And honestly, it's kind of a tricky situation. We're able to get back into our Mark 6. We only need to be level 2 here. We should core up the Kaworu Nexus. Yep, so that will let us attack again. If we see another Dream Bomb, this is going to be ridiculous because I think we've already seen 3 this game. So we attack in. We use the effect to pop the Angel. That will trigger his... We'll trigger Kaworu to restand, and then he Ice Shields there. should have gotten his draws. We see the Glider Rider come in. Glider Rider is an interesting one that's going to let him basically draw a card or ramp, depending on what I mill. So it forces me to mill. Now, I'm not sure. I believe he missed the triggers to draw with the Nexus there. He's back to 2 cards in hand. So we're in a good spot because next turn we can get 1 more Spirit on board. Our Marco 6 is going to go ahead and destroy whatever he's got on board, or 1 thing on board, or 2 things on board technically, because Kawaru is going to restand and he's going to be able to trigger again. So we're looking pretty okay right now, as long as we can keep that Mark 06 on board. And so here we see he just ends turn. So we should be able to go in here. We have a pretty good situation if we're smart with our cards. Big ifs here. Looks like he's got 1 burst, 1 card in hand. So we're going to pay for another Nexus and be able to go ahead and restand again. So we're basically putting it all on the line for Kawaru. We decide to pay 1 to get the 12th Angel out. So we should have 4 attacks coming in here. So we swing with the Model 6, we get to pop something, we tap the Nexus to restand, get ready to attack again. First one takes life, he pops the Ice Shield, and ends turn. So, he's got a lot of cores, and he's got some setup already on board. So we see another Steam Factory come down, another Glider Rider comes down, so he can get another, looks like another card draw. Seeing that I have like all my first Angels hit already. We're still at 4 life. He sets another burst. And we see the Ryut come down, which is very interesting. I guess to counter any other sort of... because he plays so many Dream Bombs, I guess, so he doesn't get Dream Bomb himself. Swings in with the Rider. We're deciding what we want to do, what we want to block with. We go ahead and block with the big boy. No flash, but he definitely gets draw and core ramp. Then he's about to attack with Ryut, but then he thinks again about it and ends up just passing turn. Okay, so we still have, what, 4 attacks on board, because Model 6 is going to pop and restand twice, and then we have the 12th Angel. If he has another Ice Shield, he's just going to delay us more. It's a tricky situation, because he went from having 1 card in hand to being able to just get very wide here. So we get another Mark 6 out, and we see how we want to play this. So we destroy him. He gets 2 ramps, 2 draws, and now he can flash. See if he drew into a flash that he would like to use here. And he takes it and pops another Ice Shield. So yeah, that's a thing. He has a ton of cores in reserve. Lots of stuff you can do here. So we see the Zaylee come out. We see the Wendigloom come out. This is not a good sign. And the Peril Beast is back out as well. So he's got Luster. He's got a lot of things he can do here. So he's taking into account everything that's there. And he's about to pay up some cores. A lot of cores. To search with the Peril Beast. And so he places, basically gets to stack the top of the deck, if I believe right. Peril Beast effect. And so here's where things get a little muddy. So he swings in with the 1. And he changes his mind. He decides to swing in with the Beast instead, so he can Dream Bomb me first. And because he bounced something, Wendigloom's effect also bounces. So we lost both Model 6s in 1 swipe there. We go ahead and take the block, and then he realizes there he forgot to flash. He mills right away from the destruction. Now this is where we probably shouldn't have done this. We go ahead and he was meant to flash, but he milled. Now, the problem with this is that he revealed those 2 mills and then changed back, so he knows what the card he was going to draw into, which that card is what ends the game here. Now, it's a tricky board state. Like I said, he did the mill first and then saw the snow melting light and then flashed and got the card draw back. Now, I don't think he was paying attention. I do believe he had the correct play in mind already, but it's just one of those things where the card that he saw and then reversed game state to draw into helps him win this turn because he just does the snow melting light loop there. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He had the cards in hand. That was the play he wanted to. He just missed it. But in larger tournament format, that would definitely be flagged there for that situation, because he did reveal the card that ended up winning him the game with the loop, and then reversed board or game state to get it to hand. So a little bit of a misplay, but you know what? It's locals. We're friendly about it. It's all good. So we go on to game 2. We get the autonomous. We basically get our spirits that can't attack out. So we have our setup on board. He gets the glider on board to get an extra card draw, since there was the angel there. And then he flashes in Raging Tide. Basically sacrificing his unit mid-attack. So yeah, that Raging Tide is going to be really good this set. There's a lot of decks that run a lot of low-cost spirits. Surveyors being one of them. Surveyors just GG's if opponent has Raging Tide in hand. So we get our 4th angel out. This is probably the best angel in the angels deck. It's just a lot of mill and potential ramp, depending on what you mill. We don't hit any ramp, or we don't hit any cards big enough to get us to ramp, and he gets another glider rider out. Gets another card draw off of it. And now we see the Hippocampo come down. The Hippocampo, the classic yellow staple that will never go away. It's such a tricky card to work around. So we have decisions to be made. Do we let him ramp? Do we take? Looks like we're taking it, and now we're reversing. But it's all right. Still pretty good. We're at 4. He's at 5. We're not that big of a difference. There's not a big deficit here. We're still early in the game. And we get the 12th angel out now. And so now we're just going to kind of waterfall the soul core around. So when this 4th angel attacks, we mill. And at the end of attack, we are able to move the soul core over to something else. So we're moving the soul core over to the 12th angel. So that way we have the ability to use his effect when he dies. If he dies. The problem is his deck has a lot of bounce to it, and our effects, some of our effects at least, need to die. So being bounced does not trigger that. And yep, Wendigloom is out and Steam Factory is out. So a tricky spot here, because he can definitely do some annoying stuff with Wendigloom. So we can see the cores bounce around. It's going to really put us in a position of what do we block and what don't we block. What can we block? Because we kind of want the 12th angel to die so it gets its effect off, but at the same time, we need our... Oh, and we have the... Okay, so we flash in the... To think I love the long angel card, which will get rid of the... Or which will deal with the Hippocampo. But thanks to that Steam Factory, the Hippocampo just comes back to hand, so we know it's going to come back another turn, and we see Snow Melting Light come down. So it can't be blocked. And he has the extra reduction thanks to that Nexus. And I believe he has Luster and Wendigloom, so it's just going to basically start the loop early. We take it to life. Comes back to hand. And we go ahead and just pop our shield there before he starts his little shenanigans. So now we know we have to deal with that Wendigloom fast. He's got the snow melting. He's able to just get his loopiness going. We get another autonomous out. We move cores around. Yeah, it's a rough one. We got an okay amount of reduction on board, but no Nexus is not the greatest. I'm thinking we're hunting for some sort of removal here, but okay, so we kill the Angel here so that, so we can get the Eva 10th Angel out. Not Eva, but the 10th Angel consumed out, so we ascend off the 12th? Or we sent off Anonymous? I'm not sure which one we ascended off of. I think we had to sacrifice one and ascend off the other because we didn't have enough cores. And now we're like, okay, we need one more core. This is not the best spot, but we need this Angel to kind of help blow up board to get rid of Wendigloom. So yeah, it looks like we're just gonna we're going all in on the 12th, on the Angel here. The Awakened, yeah, there we go. So we get the 8th, we get to pop the Wendigloom, and then he flashes Dream Bomb here. Worst case scenario, we are completely reset. Our board is gone. We have nothing. So he can kind of set up already. We see the Luster Spirit come down. So he should be able to just end the game here. He's got, he swings in. Snow Melting for 1 with a reduction on board. Restand, swing. Snow Melting for another 1. Yep. He just gets the loop going. And GG's. Yep, nothing we can do about it there. We just got outrushed there. Such a strong deck. But you know what? Model 6 is still pretty fun. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. Hope you guys come back next time.